Hello and welcome to Bearded Driver Car Reviews, and in this episode we're going to take a look at the Mark 8 Ford Fiesta. Ever since its conception in 1976, the Ford Fiesta has proved to be a popular car with people from a first car to maybe a retirement purchase. There is a Fiesta for everyone, from a base model Popular Plus through to a sports model in the form of an XR2 or an ST. It's hard to believe that we're now on the 8th generation Fiesta, and essentially this is a heavily facelifted Mark 7. The only differences being different taillights at the rear and the swept back headlights at the front. It is also 71mm longer and 12mm wider than the Mark 7. The Fiesta is available in the following trim levels: Trend, Titanium, Titanium X, ST Line, ST Line X, Active, Active X, Vignale for a touch of luxury, ST2 or ST3. Again, doing what Ford does best, a model for everyone. So, starting at the front of the car, we have the corporate Ford look. It's been on most of the Fords now for a few years now, with the sort of Aston Martin style grille. So this one features a honeycomb grille. It's got daytime running lights. I'll just show you them now. There we go, we've got the daytime running lights that light up there. It's also got headlights as well. I think they're LED daytime running lights. From the side profile, it just looks like the Mark 7, which it essentially is a Mark 7 Fiesta, but it's just been facelifted and heavily facelifted. But you could see on this model is a Trend. So this is the entry-level version of the Fiesta, and this features 16-inch 8-spoke alloy wheels. Going around to the rear of the vehicle is where the biggest changes are on the Fiesta. Mark 8, because the tail lights are now integrated into the boot and the back wing. This is essentially harks back to me for the Mark 5 Escort on facelift and the Mark 6 Escorts, where you had the reflectors and the reverse lights in the back of the boot. If you were on a previous, if it was a previous Generation 7 Fiesta, your headlights would be up the side. Up here, for example, so why don't we go and have a look under the bonnet of this Fiesta. To open the bonnet on the Mark 8 Fiesta, the bonnet catch is in the passenger footwell, and I'll just go and open that now. So here we are again, and here's a closer look at the engine. It's a, as I said, it's a 3-cylinder TI-VCT 1.1. It's built in Cologne. It's a normally aspirated engine, it's not like the EcoBoost. And we'll just go through the the fluid checks and essential things if you were looking to maintain this Fiesta. Now Ford have always done this, so just here is your dipstick for your oil. Over here is where you would insert, where you pour oil. Just here you've got your battery and your airbox. Coming across here we have your screen wash, coolant tank and brake fluid. So that's the 1.1 TI-VCT. Now I said it produced 75 PS and 105 Newton meters of torque. Well, according to Ford, this Fiesta doesn't produce 75 PS, and I'll show you why. Apparently it produces 85 PS and 63 kilowatts if you're a fan of Mighty Car Mods, and it's a Euro 6.2 and it's a Fiesta Trend 1.1. So while the door's opened, why don't we go and have a look inside the interior of the Ford Fiesta. And now the biggest change to the Fiesta Mark 8 is a revised interior. It feels a bit more classy than the Mark 7 did. The Mark 7 was really good interior wise. This takes it up to another level. So let's have a look at what you get, starting with the door. So this is your driver's door. So coming in, you've got some nice chrome effect handles, door handles. You've got a bit of weight in them. You've got your unlock and lock for the doors. You've got your mirror switches here. Yep, got your mirror switches here. And your window lock. Now, I'm guessing this must be to lock your mirrors. Maybe they're heated mirrors, I don't know. They're not lock your mirrors, fold them in. Nope, that's left and right, sorry. So that's your passenger side, that's your driver's side. So I don't get folding mirrors, I don't see any buttons to fold the mirrors in there. You've got, as I said, you've got your window lock here. So you've got electric windows front and rear, and that's the window lock for the rear passengers. Quite handy if you've got kids in the car. It is a great little thingy. Down here you've got your speaker for your stereo system, and a door bump, which is quite good. Now stepping in to the Fiesta, I'll just show you the interior cloth first. So we've got a nice ebony seat trim. As we step in to the Fiesta, just move the seat back. So we're greeted with a 3-spoke steering wheel, which has the stereo controls, your cruise control on it, and your telephone controls. It's got horns here. That sounds like a nice horn. Ford badge, and you've got your instrument cluster here. And I've also got to say something, it doesn't look like a Roland Rat anymore. Now if you were a Mark 7 owner, or you've had a Mark 7 or you've been in a Mark 7, there's a meme going around on the internet that the previous dials on the Fiesta Mark 7 looked like Roland Rat when you got past the steering wheel, because it was just the way it looked. Instead, dials, we have a bit, I would say, a bit of Mark 3 focus about them. They've got the blue needles, your temperature gauge down the bottom here, petrol gauge to the right, rev counter, and your speedometer. Moving over down to here, we've got your lights. You've got your fog lights here. You've got your instrument dimmer here, so you've got plus and minus, so to increase the brightness, decrease the brightness. You've got your headlight dial, you've got your headlight side lights here, so your side lights, headlights, auto lights, and you've got the off position there. Put that back to auto. You've also got your, I'm guessing this is how you would adjust the beam level. And coming down to here, got a natty wee box for storing stuff in. So maybe if you had like the keyless version of Fiesta, which this isn't, you could put your car key in there. I don't know. So moving over to your stalks, we've got wipers on the right. And quick mist action. Down for a quick mist. 1, 2, 2-speed wiper. I think they're auto wipers as well, actually. There you go, and I think this is how you adjust the speed on it here. Yep. And I've got the back wiper going off as well. So that's it. So then over here we've got our indicator here, indicator stalk, and your flasher. That's very computer generated sound effect. And I think this, you've also got a lane departure warning as well. Not sure, there's a wee button on the side here. Lane keeping system on. Right, so we've went through the indicator stop. We've talked about this is like your cruise control, your stereo controls, and your phone controls as well, down here. Why don't we move on to the instrument, our instruments in the car? Now moving on to my pet hate. I don't like touchscreens. I don't like it in the fact that this is just ungainly. It just looks as if Ford has slapped a tablet on to onto the dashboard. And what have we got down here? So let's go through this Ford system. This is a Ford Sync system, and it's an 8-inch touchscreen. So let's also incorporate sat nav. So we're near Musselburgh. Speed limit's 30 miles an hour apparently, which it's not. It's actually a 60 limit road here. So click on audio. So you've got your audio here. Sources. You've got AM, FM, DAB. You can play Bluetooth music through it. You can also set up your phone here. So whoever's had this car before has set up their names. So if you're Tom or Adam or Rachel or Aiden, you might maybe want to have cleared that before you hand the car back, but it's handy to have. You can set up, I think you can set up as many phones. It looks as if you can set up quite a few phones actually here. Sat nav, mobile apps, connected device, find mobile apps. I'm not sure. I'm a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to technology. So this is like your sub menu. It's actually quite easy to use. So you've got your sound, you've got your clock, Bluetooth, phone, emergency assistance, automatic updates. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android. Valley mode, I don't know what that is. I think it's actually quite easy to use. Though I'm not a fan of touchscreens, I find this quite easy to use. They're big and bold, and you've also got your volume control here, but we'll turn that down. You've got your tuner here. Not sure. This just looks like settings for sound. Yeah, so I think if you scrolled across, you'd get your settings here. That's to skip music, probably. And that's to turn the screen off. 1057. Now what I like about this, let's see if we can do this. I love that. So moving down, you've got a couple of vents here. Open and shut the vents. Got your hazard warning lights. Down here you've got if your passenger airbag is on. So you've got, in this car you've got a driver's airbag, passenger airbag, side bags in the pillars here, and you've got them in the seats as well. So I think you've got 6 airbags. Got stereo controls. Your heating controls here, again they're quite a chunky wee switch to use. Nice and easy to use. So that's a 4, 5, 7-speed fan there. That turns the heating on and off. Heated rear window. Air for circulation, air conditioning. Heated front screen as well. And I like this wee bit. Do you want it in the cabin, or do you want it to your feet? To your head, to your feet. And that reminds me of Volvo. I had an S60 that had this little pattern of a man. Now I'm going to, one criticism about this touch screen is, and I'm a dinosaur, and because this is Bearded Driver Car Reviews, I can't play my CD in this car because I'm a dinosaur and I'm not with the kids. Moving across, we've got this nice piano black trim, which is really quite nice. We've got nice soft touch plastics as well. As we go over the touch screen, got another speaker in there. And Ford, I'm not happy with the steering wheel. The steering wheel is a really nasty plastic. It's not ideal. When I was driving this car up, I thought this is pretty cheap. Got a nice glove box in here. Is it big enough? Now, if you're taking this car away for a weekend, bearded gentleman, you may need to take your beard equipment. So will this bag of our beard equipment fit in the glove box? Oh, it's not working, it's a bit tight. Nope, we're in. Okay, on the other side you've got your just the passenger door. Focus on here. You've got your scratchy hard plastic here. You've got an armrest. Just plasticky here. But aside from that, it's quite functional. So, why don't we go and have a look in the boot? To open the boot in the Fiesta, just under the Ford badge. The boot's not bad. It's not a bad size. So you've got a wee vent in here. I don't know what that's for. You've got straps to tie things down. You've got a hook for shopping. You've got your Tevron hooks for car seats. You've got a wee light. You've got a wee sort of fabric storage panel. And let's see, what have we got underneath? Is it going to be a spare tyre, or is it going to be an inflation kit? Oh, Ford. Yep, just a tyre inflation kit. But you can specify, I'm guessing, a spare wheel as an option. And you've got a couple of handles to pull down the boot. And you've got a natty wee spoiler as well. It's not bad for an entry level. Why don't we go and have a look in the rear?